All right, so what's up, ladies and gentlemen? And I'd like to say welcome to another edition of the Korokwa Chef. This is the Korokwa Shikoff. So today I'll be cooking basajama. I'll be cooking fried cassava leaf for my fam. But before we go into this video, I just want to let y'all know, thank you for watching my video, and I appreciate everybody that be watching my video. First of all, I went to the store and just know say before you come in my DM to ask for food, the food feeling long time. I posted this video about 2 weeks after I cooked this food. So as you can see in my hand, in the pan over there, there's some pampano. That's my favorite fish. That fish is very sweet. It's called pampano, and I had some cow meat in the freezer. I took it from there. I started putting some hot water on the pampano and other stuff. Earlier before, I added some beef liver, and as you can see, that's the pampano and the cow meat, and I'm trying to add some hot water on it so that everything can freeze. So after it was going like that, that's how I left the water to get more hot, and I had the water was getting on it. The water just get on it, gribba. Bam! After the water finished get on it, I was turn on for me to pour some hot water on the cassava leaf, put it on the stove for it to defrost. In common war, for the ice to move on it. Yeah. So after I add more water on it, and I wash in my pot. After everything and feeling defrosting, I think I cut the video. After all the thing and feeling all the airs feeling moving from it. First of all, I started cleaning my pampano. As you can see on the other side of the dish pan, of the little silver pan over there, that's the beef liver. I'm gonna be adding some beef liver in this cassava leaf. So I pick up my knife, wash it, make sure it clean. After I finish cleaning all the thing, it was exactly time now for me to slash the beef liver into pieces. So I went behind the camera. I grabbed my chopping board, but we can call it cutting board anyways, but it's called chopping board originally. So after I finished cutting all my thing after I finished cutting all the beef liver, I didn't want for the video to be long, so I was just cutting everything fast. So that's how I went and clean my chicken. That's live chicken. I don't like to cook cold storage chicken. I don't like how it can be tasting like. So after I finished cleaning all my thing, I went and dumped it in the sink. I washed in my parboiled pot. After I finished washing in the parboiled pot, I started adding more water on my particles. Yeah, these are my particles, I will call it. Yeah. So after I finished with it now, I started cleaning inside my pampano small. And first of all, I come in parboil those stuff. So for that reason, I will not be parboiling the fish. I will fry the fish because I fry cassava leaf. So I got to pick the fish from among the meat, so I can mistakenly put it in the parboil pot and parboil it for the fish to match. See, the other one acting high. So, ladies and gentlemen, learn how to watch your ingredients / particles with running warm water for safety. You gotta cook healthy food. So after I did it like that, I washed all my thing. After I finished washing it, I drained the water. The water went down to wheresoever it's supposed to go at. So I grabbed my favorite seasoning. I add more seasoning. The reason why I like to add more seasoning inside the parboiled thing, and I like my parboiled thing to boil, that because I don't like to cook high particle. I add a little bit of salt, as you can see, it was just a little bit. And I grab one onions. After I grab the onion, I slash it inside a little bit. I started slashing it sexy way. Slashing onion is just like when you in a toxic relationship. Every time you see the gas screen, you start crying. So that's how I add water on it. After I finish adding water, I didn't see the part I was adding a Vita. Anyways, I added Vita, but I think I caught the video by mistake. I took the Vita side from there. So it was time now. After I finished setting my tin on the stove, to add Vita on my pampanos for me to fry, on my fish for me to fry it. After that, I added Vita, I added a little bit of seasoning on it, and after I finished adding the seasoning on it, I've grabbed my frying spoon. I started stirring it just like that. Yeah, you gotta make sure the seasoning and the Vita cube can go all into the system. How I grabbed some dishwash for me to wash my hands, because my hands gotta be clean. When I go fry, grab my paper towel, wipe my hands, and bam, we are about to do some stuff. Like I told you earlier, I was defrosting my cassava leaf to make sure all the ice move on it. So the ice was already moved on the cassava leaf. It was soft now. So now as you can see, it was very soft. So I was just about to dump it in a pot so I can do some washing, because I gotta wash the cassava leaf. I don't know where they ground that cassava leaf. Probably some sand might be on it. But don't get it twisted. The first time I ever cooked cassava leaf on TikTok, I had a very big problem with the Sierra Leone. So they had an issue to say, you know how I'm supposed to do the cassava leaf. But as a matter of fact, cooking is like an artwork. The way you can do it for it to be the best for you, that's how you're supposed to do it. So after I added water on my cassava leaf, I used the sifter or the strainer, whatsoever we can call it in Liberia, for me to take the water from on it, and so I can do all of that. After I take my own time, you see the way I'm doing it, because just in case when sand on it, so the sand can leak inside the cassava leaf. You say, oh, the barcode sand. I don't want that. So I was making sure everything that's not supposed to be cooked, it be removed from it. Somebody will say that green water is the nutrient, and oh, you're about to waste it. No, I will not waste it. You see how I'm shaking it? I was making sure sand can leak inside. So the small little part I left on it, that's the part sometimes can consume sand. So I make sure I dump a little bit in our water. I will put it in the soup when I finish frying it. So after I did it like that, I grab a little bit of Vita. I think I want Vita. I just put inside. After I put the Vita on the cassava leaf, I think I was about to put onions, but I'm not too sure. I think that the onion I went for, or I went for my favorite seasoning. That's my seasoning. If I don't get that seasoning, mini and I cook. So that's how I went for the water. At that time, the water finished sit, and all the little things that went on it. So that's the main part. That's the nutrient part of it. You see some left on it. I shake it a little bit, and I was about to go put the cassava leaf on the stove for it to parboil a little bit before I can get ready for frying. So after I did it, I take my cassava leaf, I set it on the stove. After I finished setting it on the stove, at that time it was already boiling. After it boiled, I make sure I stir it, and that's how it was looking like. So, ladies and gentlemen, and after it boiled Google now, it was giving me that little forest or army green color, and I took it from on the stove. I set my frying pan on the stove. So you see, the reason why I like to fry in the aluminum foil is because it's very easy, it's durable. When you're done with it, you don't have to go wash pan again. So I grab some of my old oil I used before for frying. That's why you see it get that kind of color. So I used it before, and I'm about to use it again to fry my pampanos. So in my previous video, somebody said it's risky for you to fry in aluminum foil. No, it's not risky. You just got to take your time and know what you're doing. Don't make mistake. So after I finish parboiling the cassava leaf, now it's time now for me to sift it, to take the water from on it, and so I can get ready to go fry my cassava leaf. I think at that time my fish was already in the water, in the oil. I'm not too sure. So the reason why I pressing it like that is because I didn't want the water to be on it, because I'm about to fry. For safety reason, I make sure I took all the water from on it, because at that time it finished parboil everything. That water I took from on it, guess what? I'm not dumping that water. That water gonna lay in that bowl. I'm gonna put it in the soup later when I already done frying it. That's the reason you see I'm like little bit like squeezing it. I know I'm like squeezing it at that time. All right, my oil was already hot, and it was time for me to put in my pampanos. This is the best way to fry. Use the aluminum foil. It's equal to, yeah. I think that's the best way to fry. If you like it, you not like it, it will not do. It ain't got no harm. It will not harm you. Just take your time. Know what you're doing. Somebody say, oh, it will boil and it will always. No, it's not going to. I'm using scissors as frying spoon. So after I finish adding all my pampanos, and secondly, again, the reason why I like to use this pan, because it's big and wide. I can fry all my things, and sometimes one time I gotta fry it 2 times. So that's some of the reasons I like to use it. So the video gonna be at least 13 minutes 59 seconds. And so after I finish taking all the water, the parboiled water from in the cassava leaf, let me show you how it's gonna be looking at. No, that's the time I was still doing it. Like I told you, the video, the old video, I just posted today because I got something to post, but this is why I decided to post. But the day I posted this video, it been like probably 3 weeks after this soup was done. So as you can see, the cassava leaf, all the water wasn't on it anymore, and it was looking at dust, and it was time now for me to fry. So while I was doing that, you see, cooking is a multi-purpose thing. You gotta be doing a lot of stuff. So at that time, I went to get to pick my fish from inside the oil. so I can get ready to fry my cassava leaf now for good. After I was done all that, it was time for me to just pick it from inside section 1. So after I finished frying, that's how I was looking at. That was time now for me to fry my cassava leaf. So after I went for my pan, or my alcohol, as we can call it, I dumped it inside the pot. The pot was already on the stove. It was already getting hot. I think I caught this video. It was already getting hot. Give it some time. Fry some onions, and it was time now for me to fry my cassava leaf and gesticulate the gesticulation. So if you don't get it, just forget about it. Like go English. This video, like I said, is gonna be a little bit long. So that was time for me to fry my cassava leaf, and that's how we fry cassava leaf in Liberia. If you don't like it, you like it. You just gotta take it. So how I dump all my cassava leaf inside the fry, inside the hot oil, and the little white thing that you see inside the cassava leaf, that's the onions I put in it before I was frying it. So after I finished frying it, like I said, I was gonna dump the water in it after I finished frying it. So I'm about to dump the leaf in for it to steam a little bit before I can start adding the ingredients. That's the favorite part. So I left it, close it for it to steam. I went grab my pepper. Yeah, you see that pepper? I can always tell you, if I first time cooking in America, be very careful with that pepper. In Nema country, we have for Nema, we call la pepper volley. It can burn, so you gotta be very careful with it. So I put it in my blender. Yeah, after I put it in my blender, like Watana, I was adding my ingredients. I don't know why I keep cutting the video, but sorry, I didn't show you the part I was dumping the particles and the pepper inside. I don't know why. I didn't want the video to be too long. So after I did it, how I was stirring it, and it was time for me to just leave it for it to boil peacefully. You got to allow your soup to boil peacefully. Do not put the stove on high when it's time to leave the particle for it to leave the soup for it to boil. So that was my peanut butter. So I went for the peanut butter. It had a lot of oil on it when I bought it from the store. So I didn't want to take the off on it, so I said, let me just scoop it. I got 1 scoop, and I got 2 scoops, and I got 3 scoops. I got 4 scoops. So after I scooped everything and put it inside, it was time for me to just to squeeze everything so that I can go dump it in the cassava. So I'm going to be using the force, which is called fork, for this issue. After I finished, I did it like that. So one of the reasons somebody will say, why you don't just put the peanut butter inside the cassava leaf directly? No, don't do it like that. For safety, so secondly, inside, always do it like that. So that's how I did it, and I dumped in the cassava leaf. See that banana one I way on there? Do not put it in the soup, or else you're going to cook sand. So I always escaping that. So after I finished putting everything on it, my dear, I was just about to leave the soup for it to boil now, and to give it a chance for it to boil. So that's why it is, ladies and gentlemen, when the soup was boiling, that's exactly how the soup was looking like on the stove. And don't get me wrong, this was one of the best soup I ever cooked. Basayama, fried cassava leaf. So big up shout out to everybody that be watching my videos, that be sharing my videos, that be having some interactions in the comment section. Just comment where you're watching from, so my next video I can shout out you. And it is what it is. So, and well, my today's shout out will be going to Patience Mokonje Jean, and my boy Marcus Do, and Comfort Support, and September B. And thank you for watching this video, and thank you for watching anyways.